strong couple of races from Berkey saw him leap from 6th to 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, just 3 points behind Barbance. Black Fridays remains in P3, closing the gap to Barbance to just 10 points. Zyros is P4, a further point behind, with Mars dropping down to 5th, 10 points behind Zyros. In the Constructors, Ferrari take the lead, 25 points ahead of McLaren in 2nd. B-Carb jumped to P3, just 5 points behind, with Williams and Red Bull in 4th and 5th respectively. Mercedes are some way back in P6, leading Aston, Haas, Kick and Alpine bringing up the rear as the only team yet to score points. The British weather gave us changeable conditions during qualifying at Silverstone, with the session starting out with drivers on the intermediate tyre. Takubi set the early pace, but the times fell dramatically through qualifying as the conditions improved. Rob Kaz was the first driver to brave the soft tyres as the rain stopped, and most of the other drivers followed suit, making qualifying essentially a one-shot affair. Black Fridays took the pole position, almost half a second ahead of Takubi in 2nd place. Mars was 3rd, a couple of tenths back, with Bradders completing the 2nd row, half a tenth behind.
And we go racing for the 2nd time here in Silverstone. It's a much better start this time around from Takubi, but Mars still pulling alongside as they make their way through Abbey. The Williams driver swoops around the outside to snatch away 2nd place off of the grid. But Brad is already applying pressure as they make their way in towards turn number 3. Orax fighting his way as well with the Mercedes there of Wins as they now make their way through the loop up at the front of the field. Takubi under pressure from Browners as they make their way onto the Wellington Straight, but a decent start already from Black Fridays, holding onto the lead as they make their way down towards turn number 6. A couple drivers picking up some damage in the back end of the field. Zyros and Barban seem to have had some issues on the opening lap, both of them going slowly here at the start. Up at the front though, Black Fridays, Mars, Takubi, Browners, Orax, Wins, Berkey, Sharon, Sert and Shuriken is your top 10. Could it be a first points finish for the Alpine team here tonight? Let's see what Shuriken can pull off. Mars' soft compound tyres working very well for him, but how the strategy will play out later on is going to be very interesting. And Orax now to the inside on the 2nd Mercedes of Brad as a bit of contact as they make their way in towards the loop now. His teammate Wins trying to apply some pressure as well through entry onto the Wellington Straight. Could there be a chance at an overtake for the Red Bull driver? Slipstreaming down towards turn number 6. Brad defends the inside. Orax looks to the outside as they swoop their way through Brooklands and in towards Luffield in just a moment. Orax trying to squeeze a gap to the inside. A bit of contact between them though, and he gets cut off. No gap there for him to find a way through. Orax has to settle for P5 for the time being. No overtakes coming just yet. Orax once again right on the back of Brad as they make their way through Abbey here. Not close enough for a move just yet, but he is getting tantalizingly close. There a chance for a dive as we saw last time around in towards 3. He sits behind. He knows he can just wait patiently and let the tyres come to him. Those soft compound tyres on Bradders will not last forever, and eventually his mediums will be faster, like now as they make their way through turn number 5. Up the inside for Orax. Takubi's taking the race lead as well in the bottom of the frame, but Orax up the inside this time around through turn number 6 later on the brakes, and he is through now into P4. The Mercedes relegated to 5th and 6th, both of them losing a place to the Red Bull driver who now sits in 4th. Red Bull looking to bounce back after poor form in the opening few races. Could be a great opportunity though, with all their rivals not performing too great in this race. Black Fridays, Orax just tucking in behind. Rocket is getting pretty close to the back of Shuriken. Could be thinking about an overtake very soon as well. The Kickstarter driver trying to fight his way through a couple of positions after that qualifying ban he picked up last time out. Looking to get some revenge. Score some points here tonight as well. Wheel to wheel through Magus and Beckett's. The Kickstarter trying to squeeze his way through. A bit of wheel banging, but Rocket, relentless, finds his way to the inside as they now head onto the hangar straight. Kilter right behind as well, looking to get in on the action as they power their way down towards Stoke Corner. They're going to run 3 wide. Sert gets himself into the Mercedes sandwich as well. Mars losing positions. Has there been a crash? The Williams driver tumbling down the order, losing position after position, but Rocket fighting away. Kills has managed to make the double overtake in towards Vale now. The Kickstarter driver trying to squeeze his way around the outside, now to the inside. A bit of contact though, and that is going to cost him the chance ultimately to get the move done. Rocket has to sit behind in 13th, and Barber's now fighting his way through as well. Hats off to Barbans. What a drive it's been so far. His McLaren teammates as well fighting with Rocket through Brooklyn's in towards Luffield now. Oscar up the inside. Rocket trying to look to slingshot off the exit, get the run potentially down towards Cobbs. Oscar trying to break that slipstream. Not a great exit from the McLaren driver. And Rocket now gaining. Oscar covers the inside. Rocket to the inside, even tighter though. And in towards Cobbs' corner. We run wheel to wheel. Rocket on the inside. Oscar runs wide. That could give Kilser a chance as well. As we make our way in towards Max and Beckett. Oscar still looks to the inside. Wheel to wheel still. Rocket on the outside now. Switching left and right. They go through. Rocket makes the overtake stick just about. Up the inside in towards Cobbs. Up the inside through Max and Beckett as well. We've seen that one time before in Gold Series. And now running with 3 wide down towards Stowe. Kilser's going to power his way through. Up into 7th. We have a pit stop from Sertdogan. Momentarily takes the race lead there, of course, as the pit lane cuts a shorter distance. But Orax retaking the lead now. He got past Black Fridays with that DRS as well. Barban's also trying to fight his way through. We'll see how his pace compares. But Sert looking in prime position to try and potentially fight for his second podium in SDRL. Up at the front, we continue this battle through in towards Max and Beckett. Takubi looking to the inside of Black Fridays once again, trying to make it the Red Bull 1-2 that he so dearly desires. And this time around, up the inside, he makes it work. Takubi through to second. His teammate now sitting in first as well. The two Red Bulls can start to work together, try and close this gap. Shan is through up into 11th. Mars seems to be struggling a little bit as he continues to battle away through Stoke Corner. Nothing happening there into Cobbs. Mars is up the inside, so is Bradders. Luca left, hanging out to dry. Bradders now putting pressure on the Williams drivers as well. Swaps happening here through the final chicane as well. Black Fridays and Takubi still running wheel to wheel. These guys really giving it everything. Orax now 7/10 clear up at the front. All the while, Sert is marginally gaining some time. The other V-Carb of Berkey into the pit lane. Kills us helps out a bit of an off-load. He's into the pit lane as well. So, couple drivers making their pit stops now. 6 and a bit laps of racing to go. There is still definitely a chance that Barber can catch up. Are we going to see another move down towards Cobbs? Mars under pressure from the McLaren driver. And here we go. Barber's trying to find his way through up the inside of 1. Make that 2. Barber's with a double overtake in towards Cobbs' corner. Mars and Sert both have to concede. The supreme straight line speed from the McLaren driver and the great grip as well to come with it. Barber's through into 4th. And now he has the 3.5 second gap to chase down to try and catch up to our race leading trio. And down towards turn number 15, Black Fridays just sitting behind for the time being, closing his DRS. He doesn't need to go for the move just yet, although Orax applying some pressure now as they make their way down towards Vale, looking to the outside, almost running 3 wide here. The two Red Bull drivers looking to box the Ferrari in and fight their way through. Orax still running wheel to wheel with Black Fridays through the final corner, up towards the start-finish line. We run, and now down towards turn 1. Orax trying to squeeze his way up the inside and ahead, but Black Fridays looking for the switchback, the better grip on the exit with the better run in towards turn 3. They'll both pick up DRS through the detection points as a result of Takubi being ahead, but they continue their battle. Orax up the inside. Black Friday trying to find the grip but couldn't quite find it on the exit, and you can see now Takubi is pulling away from Barbans in these past few laps. The grip just isn't there, unfortunately, for the McLaren driver. Orax pushing on with the DRS open now on his Red Bull. Is there a chance for some overtakes down the hanger straight? Here comes Black Fridays. Here comes Takubi. Nobody getting close enough in towards Stowe Corner. Is there a chance on the run down towards Vale though? Takubi gaining and gaining on his teammate. Will he look to the inside? No, he doesn't. Trying to get the run now through on the exit. Orax going late on the brace. Is there going to be anything left in the tank as they make their way through? No, it won't be. And Orax will win here in Silverstone. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Orax and Takubi. Black Fridays comes home in 3rd. Mars fights past Barbans as well. Barbans seems to be struggling out there, and that's going to allow Sert through as well up towards the line. Contact between the 3 of them. They crash across the line. Mars comes home in 4th. Sert in 5th. Barbans in 6th. 3 thousandths of a second separating Mars and Sert. 65 thousandths for Barbans as well. Berkey in 7th. Brad is 8th. Kilser comes home in 9th. Oscar comes home in 10th. Rocket in 11th after that penalty. Might lose an extra position.
Barbans started from the back of the grid and made swift work of climbing up through the field. The Ferrari of Black Fridays and the two Red Bulls of Orax and Takubi pulled a gap to the cars behind before making their stop to change from medium to soft tyres on lap 15. Once all the stops had been made, the same three cars were at the head of the field, with Sertdogan just behind them on slightly older medium tyres. There seemed to be little doubt as to which three drivers would make up the podium, and in the end Orax took the win, 2 tenths ahead of teammate Takubi. Black Fridays took third spot, half a second behind, with post-race penalties adding 5 seconds to his race time without affecting his position. Black Friday's podium finish at Silverstone sees him leapfrog Berkey to take second in the Drivers' Championship, just 4 points behind Barbans. Orax's win moves him up to 4th place behind Berkey, with Mars and Zyros close behind. With only 20 points separating the top 6 drivers, there's still plenty to play for at the halfway point of the season. In the Constructors, a strong finish for the VCARB drivers moves them ahead of McLaren, 29 points behind Championship leaders Ferrari. McLaren are 2 points further behind, 5 points ahead of Red Bull, whose 1-2 finish in Silverstone jumps them up to 4th, 9 points ahead of Williams.